It's truly beautiful here at the Museum of Anthropology. Thanks very much, guys. And Margaret, how cool is it that you have the Coastal First Nations Dance Festival here at the museum? It's beautiful here.
It's a wonderful venue to have the Coastal First Nations Dance Festival. We've been really fortunate to be here for a number of years and have a long-standing relationship with them.
Now, the Coastal First Nations Dance Festival is in its 8th year. What can people expect to see? And I believe we have some footage from a couple of years ago.
Well, the festival showcases quite a diversity of First Nations from throughout the coast up into the Yukon and to Alaska as well. And we also have some guest artists. This year we have a guest artist from Calgary, Jessie McMahon-Sparvier, who's a hoop dancer. And we have a couple of dancers coming up from Arizona to show some of their fancy dancing.
And several nations represented.
Yes, we have local First Nations represented. We have Squamish and Musqueam nations. And then throughout the coast we also have Gitxsan, Nisga'a, Haida, Tsimshian, Tlingit as well. And so, yeah, we're really fortunate to have so many artists coming together for the event.
How important is a festival like this for the general public, I should say, to experience?
I think what's really wonderful about the event is that it is a public event, so there's a gathering of the communities that come together to share of all of the unique artistic practices from throughout the coast, but it also provides an opportunity where everyone can come together to share and to witness and to learn a little bit about the breadth and diversity of First Nations cultures.
And there's something new this year.
Yes, this year we've expanded the festival in two ways. One, we've expanded our education component so that some of our Aboriginal youth will have more of an opportunity through workshops to be able to learn a little bit more in depth with some of the artists that we'll be sharing with them. And then we also have an artist talk that will be taking place this afternoon where we have the artist Terry Lynn Williams-Davidson speaking on song revitalization.
Wonderful. Well, Jody and Riaz, again, the Coastal First Nations Dance Festival kicks off today, runs through to the 8th. For more details, you can check out the website. No, we're going to see many nations represented at the Coastal First Nations Dance Festival, including Cree Métis from Saskatchewan and Jeanette. I hate to interrupt the dance. I really do. I'm not sure what I was expecting to hear or see, but would this be considered fairly traditional Métis?
So the music that you're hearing is called the Red River Jig. So it's actually the Métis national anthem. So it's quite traditional. You'll hear it at every Métis cultural event that you go to. And the dress that I'm wearing, it airs more on the contemporary side of things. So this is something you could have seen worn at a square dance. So it sort of is referencing the square dance, and it's not as traditional.
So obviously this is a bit about education here. So can you walk us through a little bit of the footwork here that you're doing?
So I'll just show you a basic step.
Okay.
And it goes 1, 2, 3, scuff. 1, 2, 3, scuff.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, scuff.
And then you go a bit faster.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, scuff. That already feels kind of fancy, but they're actually something officially called fancy steps.
Yes. So a fancy step would go to the second part of the music, and so I'll show you something called the old traditional.
Okay. I don't have quite the same ability.
Or here's another fancy step.
So with respect to your actual dance performance,
Yes.
there is a storytelling that happens.
Yeah, so it's a sort of a contemporary Métis solo. So I'm sort of pushing the form of traditional Métis dance.
Hip-hop music?
Yeah, or house music. There's a bit of a
yeah.
house beat in there, which is really fun and exciting.
Fantastic. Well, obviously, Michelle, I'll let you go back to practicing, to rehearsing. Boy, you're going to be performing once again for the Coastal First Nations Dance Festival. Kicks off today, Michelle, runs through the 8th. And again, just a snippet of the kinds of performance and education that you can experience here at the Museum of Anthropology.
No doubt. Had a little bit of a workout too this morning.
Beautiful here at the Museum of Anthropology. And right now we're seeing Jessie from Cowicess Nation doing a hoop dance. And I hate to interrupt you, Jessie, more so because now I'm going to have to try to prove my skills. But first off, thanks for getting up early for us this morning. The festival kicks off today, runs through the 8th. Can you tell us a little bit about the significance of the hoop dance?
Well, the hoop dance is primarily a storytelling dance, and it honors the plants and animals in the world around us.
Okay, so obviously you were doing part of a performance. You are going to be doing that here for the Coastal First Nations Dance Festival, but I'm wondering if you can give me a bit of a hoop dance 101 here.
Sure, well, I'll start you off with the eagle,
okay,
which is everybody loves the eagle. So we'll start off with 3 hoops.
Okay.
And we'll cover 1 like this, so it goes over crossbody.
Okay.
And then one on the other side.
So far, so good.
Yeah, and then put your arms like this. We'll put your arm through this.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I see.
There
So
we
far,
go.
so good. And of course, it's not so far, so good. There you go.
And then put your arms up, down, let it rest there. Put your arms up, elbows, grab here. Push your arms out, and then you can pick up the other two, one in each hand.
Okay. There we go.
And there, you have an eagle.
Not as graceful as you, Jessie. I'm wondering if you could show us another one of the animals that might be represented in your dance.
Sure. This is a butterfly.
Okay. That is wonderful. How long have you been dancing for?
About 11 years now.
I love it. It's great. And people can expect to see you here again at the Coastal First Nations Dance Festival. I'll let you continue to dance as we get ready to take a break. Taking place again here at the Museum of Anthropology. Kicks off later this morning, runs through to the 8th. But as we go to break, enjoy Jessie from, again, the festival. We've got all your news, weather, traffic coming up next on BT. Yeah, and what an exciting time here at the Museum of Anthropology, where the Coastal First Nations Dance Festival kicks off later this morning and runs until the 8th. And right now we're seeing a bit of a performance from the dancers of Dalla Hamid and Margaret. What a great experience this morning, getting a lot of information, of course, about the festival itself. Tell us a little bit about the significance and importance of some of the regalia and, of course, the masks as well.
Well, this song that we just shared with you is our dragonfly dance, and as you can see, it's something that we've developed particularly for young audiences. So we have a frog mask that has articulated eyes, so it can open and close. So the story behind this is that the frog is sleeping and the dragonfly here is pestering him, and it comes up to him and then he awakes and then he tries to catch the dragonfly. And so it's lots of fun with the kids to share the song.
And speaking of kids, I mean, they get quite involved very young in the tradition of the dance.
Yes, it's an intergenerational practice, so quite often within the West Coast you'll see very young dancers and also our elders involved, and so it's a lifetime of experience. It's not something that you only do as you're a young adult, but throughout your entire life.
Let's talk about the regalia. Just beautiful.
So all of the regalia that we're wearing is what we would call button blanket regalia. It's something that actually has a history that goes back to when we first began trade with the English for the buttons, but it's developed to show all of the crests that are here on the Northwest Coast, and you can see that the colors we have as well are indicative of the Northwest Coast. So we've stuck with our reds and our blacks and our whites, which are traditional colors.
Fantastic. Well, there's so much to see. Again, all part of the Coastal First Nations Dance Festival. For more details on all the things that are happening, there's a lot of education involved, as well as workshops, Jody and Riaz. You can check out the website. But again, kicks off today and runs through again until the 8th.
All right, quick break, and then Russell Kate is in. I think it's time.